program, women's participation in leadership and decision making continues to be limited, yet it remains a top priority or element for achieving gender equality. Now today on The Shift, we are going to be speaking to Phillipa Forsyth, a lady who saw it wise to start a consultancy firm on leadership training here in Uganda, and she emphasizes practical skills for leadership success. Join me as we speak to her. Welcome to the program, Phillipa.
Hello, Carol. Thank you very much for inviting me.
It's a pleasure for me to have you, talk about leadership for women, especially, So briefly, before you go any further, who is Phillipa Forsyth?
Okay. Well, I'm an English lady in Africa for 25 years. So
25 years.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Almost an African.
I am an African in my heart, definitely.
Yeah.
And my kids have been completely born and raised here. So we're a very African family. We came out here originally to Tanzania for my husband to work with Mission Aviation Fellowship, who flies small planes. But in my professional background, I came from British industry as a consultant and a trainer. So I came out with my own, giftings maybe. So I started in Tanzania, and then I had the most wonderful opportunity of moving here to lovely Kampala, and I have just loved it.
You must be enjoying it.
I love it here. It's been a really good move for me. We love the people, we love the weather. So maybe I started by thinking about what I could do, but you can tell that when someone comes out to Africa as a missionary, we're coming because we have a heart for service and wanting to do something that adds value and makes a difference.
Okay, so now for you, why the leadership? I mean, why did you think of that, of all things?
Well, I had one of those a Damascus Road experience, and I went on a visit to Australia, and one of the things that struck me there was that actually it's so hot and so barren, and yet you look around and there's all this development, and it really made me realise that that leadership is a critical issue. If you look at Uganda, we have here a better climate, we have lots of wonderful resources, we have lots of wonderful people, and yet somehow the productivity isn't quite up at that level yet. And so leadership is a really important issue because it's the leadership that makes the difference.
True about that. Now talking about the leadership team, you are the leadership team. Why are you emphasizing on ladies, women in leadership? Why did you choose to, have that gender bit of
Well, it just happens that we are quite a female team. So we're very passionate about women in leadership, and we do a special set of activities for ladies. But actually, we have had the women's empowerment sufficient to say that we're going to teach the men as well.
Yes. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So we come in and work with many organisations, and so far we've got away with the ladies.
So they'll go ahead and empower the men.
Exactly. So that's the real side of women's empowerment, when a female leadership team is empowering the men.
All right. How many are you on your team?
We're small, so we have 4 full-time staff, and then we have a wonderful team of associates who come in and work with us on projects.
Okay. Now for the time, at least you've been in Africa. Yes, 25 years you mentioned. How have you found the leadership of women, especially in Africa? Hey, yes, comparing to the UK, how would you compare the leadership in terms of the women in leadership?
Well, I have to say that I have seen so many examples of fabulous women leaders, and I actually think that as women we've got it in us to really do a wonderful job. And Uganda boasts some wonderful ethical lady ministers, for instance, who are really doing a fabulous job and leading the way. You know, in the UK at the moment we have a lady Prime Minister who amazingly went to the same college at the same university as me, but she was there before me. Yes. So I think Britain has got a fairly well-established history of having both female queens in leadership and then having female prime ministers. I think to a certain extent Britain